Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Regine. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, I'm a Reiki healer, and an overall lightworker. And before we dive into today's episode, which is a really exciting video for me, a really exciting episode for me, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my videos to please check out or click the subscribe button below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, or if you have, for example, any kind of spiritual question that you want to ask me, simply comment them down below. And if you would like to book your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, either face-to-face or distance, like for example you're in a different country and you want to book a session with me, I will leave my email down below in the description and somewhere here. Now, I've said too much. Let's get on to the main event, which is, ta-da, the Crystal Grid Oracle unboxing. Okay, I say unboxing, but I actually was so excited last night. It finally arrived. I ordered it from Book Depository. Thank you, Book Depository. And I was so excited that I opened it right away. And I actually did a previous video, but I deleted it. And I think that happened because at the back of my mind I was saying that the lighting was kind of bad, so I did actually delete it accidentally. So there, without further ado, here we are. The Crystal Grid Oracle by Nicola McIntosh. As you can see, it's a hard case. It's a really hard case, like with most Oracle guides or Oracle cards. They do have like a pretty tough kind of case. And this is the back. This is what it looks like. And I have actually used this. I did use this last night. I just had to. I was so excited. I have another one coming actually. I have another Oracle coming, but I will reserve that for another time. So yes, so let's open it and see what's inside. So here we are. Open it like that. This is what the inside looks like. And what I like about this is, let me just set things aside. What I like about this is the actual booklet is not too thick. If you can see, it's pretty thin. There, you can see it. It's pretty thin, but it's very informative and it's concise. And if you look inside, you can see the booklet is actually colored. So it's colored according to the actual image of the cards, and the detail here of the clouds is very nice. It's very refreshing because oftentimes we get Oracle card booklets which are black and white, and it's fine, you know, you have the text, you have the background, it's a simple background, but I really do appreciate the fact that this one is colored through and through. It is colored through and through, and you have Nicola McIntosh over there. So last night, I actually did use this booklet just to start off, and it was very concise. As you can see, the description is very descriptive, but it doesn't ramble on. It has a lot of, like for example here off the bat, when you see the channel Black Phantom Quartz, you can already see the purpose of the crystal. And you can see, you can read here, channeling, transmitting, grounding, Black Phantom Quartz, Kyanite Quartz. So it also gives you the description of the crystals inside. Now remember that this is a Crystal Grid Oracle, which means that each card features a mix of different kinds of crystals on it. So I do appreciate that even though on the card itself you have the description of what the crystal is, in the booklet you have the different kinds of crystals used within the grid. So let's say for example you have this one, you have this grid which is made up of not just the Black Phantom Quartz, although it is the main crystal in the center, not just the Black Phantom Quartz, but as well as the Kyanite, which is here, and the tourmalines, which are all around, okay? So you have that kind of attention to detail, which I really like about this booklet. So if you're unsure of what crystals they are, you can simply consult the book. Or if you kind of just want to have, if you want to read the definition of what the card means, just consult the book. But I do it intuitively because I'm an intuitive tarot reader. So yeah, that's the booklet for you. Very thin, very concise, very useful. They also have this little pamphlet, which is cute, which say you can download their app. Very nice. The Rock Pool. It's called the Rock Pool Reading Oracle Apps. There. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I'm just very excited to share with you this oracle because I love crystals. I adore crystals. This is the inside. It does have a sacred geometry. What I like about this is that it also features sacred geometry. It says so exactly right here. A tool to aid spiritual growth, the Crystal Grid Oracle will forever change the way you use and work with crystals and gemstones. It will open your consciousness to the medicine of sacred geometry and connect your spirit to the intimacy of nature's precious gifts. Right, so that's a great description. So without further ado, here it is. This is the back. Okay, as you can see, it's not really reversible per se, because as you notice that there is a part here where the clear quartz crystal is kind of jutting out. So automatically, if you put it in this direction, you'll already know that it's a reversal card. But particularly for me, for oracle cards, I program them not to have reversals. So I only just shuffle them in one way, like this, or if I want to shuffle them in one direction, the traditional way, I make sure that they are facing in the same direction. Okay, I only do reversals with actual tarot cards, like my Lion Strider or my Chinese tarot deck. I have a Chinese tarot deck, which I will feature all of them. I'll feature all of them in a mini review. Okay, so without further ado, let's go through them very quickly. Again, this is the back, beautiful artwork. And then these are the cards. Remember that I've already shuffled these. They will not be in order, but there are 36 cards, and you will be able to see, for example, here, you'll be able to see the purpose of the grid, the main objective or the intention of the grid here, which is, for example, soul healing, and it is tangerine quartz, which are these. Okay, and as I said, the other crystals used here, you can consult them in the Crystal Grid Oracle booklet because they aren't written anywhere else. And you also have the number of the card here. Okay, so let's go through them as quickly or as mindfully actually as we can. 15, Soul Healing, Tangerine Quartz. Start it off. Wants to come out, wants to be read. Clarity, Herkimer Diamond. Now, actually, off the bat, these cards are not for the beginner. I have to say that. They are not for beginner readers. The images, they are very simple when you look at them, but they're also very intricate at the same time, precisely because they are crystal grids. They have an intention by themselves. And for those who are not used to interpreting images, they may find it a little difficult to interpret the significance of the sacred geometry and the gemstones when they're positioned in a particular way. They do have an effect, they do have a meaning, particular meanings, and they do convey messages which are unique for every reading involved. Well, it happens with every tarot reading. They are beautiful to look at. They're very calming, especially when you're doing a reading. And this is the kind of deck that allows itself to unfold organically. Off the bat, there are some things, like for example here, there are some images which first look, you see the purpose already. But there are, sorry about the cats, there are plenty of cards here. This is the last one. There are plenty of cards in this deck which do not allow for immediate translation. When I say immediate translation, I mean immediate reading. For example, let's pick a random card. Let's see if it... Okay. So there are cards like this. I won't show you what it is. There are cards like this which, even without looking, you already know what the message is. Okay? Can you try to guess before I reveal? And the reveal. So there are cards like this which off the bat you can see very clearly what the message is. It has something to do with being gentle with yourself. It is rebirth, and the crystal is manolite. It is about rebirth. It is about being kinder, softer to yourself, and then kind of coming out of your shell and radiating that outwards, as you can see within the crystal grid itself. So there are cards which are very easy to read like that in this deck, and then you have some which are, let's see if we can find one. Show me a difficult card to read. Okay, so no, this is kind of easy to read also. Show me a difficult card deck. Oh, here. This is a good one. This is a very good example. So again, I won't show you what it is, but try to guess what it is first. And then the reveal. See? So I hope you know what I mean when I say it's quite difficult, or not really difficult. It takes a while for the message to get to you. So this particular card is Boundaries, Calcite Fairy Stone, which is here. Okay, so it is about boundaries, but off the bat, you wouldn't really know that the text that accompanied it was actually about boundaries. Although you do get a sense of it. After you read the text, you see that the grid is actually corded off by... I'm not really sure what these crystals are, but I want to say they look like lodolite. They look like garden quartz, but they are corded off by a string of tiny crystals, and that way you can see that, oh yes, this is about boundaries. But in the context of a reading, this could actually change, you know? I mean, face value, yes, there are cards which are, again, like what I showed you earlier with the Menolite. There are cards which are very easy face value to read. There are cards like this, face value, which are not easy to read just based off the image alone. But this also, again, depends on the reading. Sometimes there are messages which just come up to you, and you can see that right away, even though it's a difficult card to read. But off the bat, this deck, I would give it a 10 out of 10, 10 being the highest, of course, about it. I'll give all my decks a 10 out of 10 for my usage. But, okay, so my thoughts. Crystal Oracle Grid is a beautiful, beautiful deck to have in terms of if you would like to read several messages from a single card. if you would like to see the complexity of a particular message or a particular reading just using one card or several cards, because they are the kind of cards that unfold organically. They allow the message to unfold organically. Face value, you will get a message from them, but the second time around that you look, let's say for example you've gone through all the cards and you're asking your cards if there are anything else, any other messages to read, second time around you will get a different message. That's what I got last night. They come in layers. The messages that these cards give come in layers. And the cardstock, as you can see, is very glossy. You can see my screen actually. They are very glossy. It's very thin. It's very bendy. Okay. What I like about this kind of cardstock is it's like photo paper, but it's not that sensitive. So every time you shuffle, it won't make a grave mark. It's very difficult to create a mark on them with this kind of cardstock. So this means that it'll last for quite a long time. I have another crystal oracle deck, which I'll show you again next time. And it has a very different cardstock from this. I'll do a side-by-side then for that one. Okay, so those are basically my thoughts. A really quick unboxing of the Crystal Grid Oracle by Nicola McIntosh. And if it resonates with you, hey, go ahead and get it, just like I did. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!